right. Am I live? I think I am. Hello, ladies. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. This is the first time that I am live streaming in through YouTube into the past. So let me make sure that I got this going on right. Can you hear me first and foremost? Think yes. I got camera, I got audio, got everything going on. Let me open the money school. Let me make sure I'm loaded up with caffeine. Because if you're not loaded with caffeine, yeah. Okay, we're here. I'm live. Let me make sure that I publish this. We're going live. Cool. We're going live. Cool. We're going live. Cool. All right, it's working. Well, hello, ladies. Super excited. Now I'm coming into you via a phone. And I can even see myself. Oh my goodness, I see myself. This is kind of like a whole different world. I can see myself on my phone. I think you guys can see me on your phone, which is pretty cool. And we're streaming into her money school. We're going all sorts of places. So welcome in here. I'm thrilled. But anyhow, today, really, I just wanted to test, make sure that this is working, make sure that I can stream through YouTube and that we can efficiently communicate with our members in her money school. But more important than that, let's talk about the recession, the word on the street. Listen, I can't even tell you how many people have reached out. They're like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with this upcoming recession? I'm worried. Should I change careers? Should I find a new job? Am I going to find a new job? Should I give up my side hustle in order to pursue a career? What have you? Listen, I know these times are starting to look a little scary. They're starting to remind many of us of what happened not too long ago when the pandemic hit. Like, I don't know if you remember where you were, but there were thousands of women, like quite literally tens of thousands of women that we were working through in the LinkedIn challenge who were scared poopless with the impending recession, the consequences of the pandemic. So if you're a little freaked out and trigger shy because of, you just went through all of this, I totally get it. And I'm here to sip some espresso with you. Now, here's the truth of the matter. When it comes down to it, you don't have a crystal ball, no more than I do, no more than anybody has. Whatever's going to happen in the economy, in the market, the oil prices, job market, housing market, all of those things, you can focus on following the news, or you can focus on what you can control. And you can do, which is what I suggest you do, you can either ride the wave of uncertainty by focusing on what you can control, which in this case is your LinkedIn profile, and how you position yourself persuasively so that your dream opportunity holders see you and snag you, particularly right now that there's this huge influx still of job opportunities, right? So I would suggest that you control what you can control and ride that wave instead of letting yourself be crushed by fear and by all this chaos that may or may not come. Let's be honest, we don't know. The world is a crazy place. Some things are just chaotic and unbelievable that they happened in today's day and age. But the truth of the matter is there's something you can do about it. You can control your career assets. You can control how the world sees you professionally. You can control how you position yourself for that next big opportunity. And you can control the pace at which you are seen by the world. In other words, you could stay focused on the fear. It's kind of like, good analogy. I was watching this big wave surfer guy who surfed the biggest wave in Nazareth in Portugal. Huge. It was like close to 100-foot wave, the biggest wave ever. It was just huge, 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 huge. Right. So the analogy here is either you can control what you focus on, right? Like you can control focusing in on, okay, I know that I'm a good surfer. And the guy says it, and like there's a documentary where he's like, I know what I know that I'm passionate about surfing big waves, right? But if you focus on the fear of riding potentially the biggest wave in your life, the one that like will absolutely kill you if you screw it up, well then absolutely you will get crushed. So focus on the fear. You can focus on what you're not controlling. You can focus on all of these stories of how things are in dire circumstances. Or you can focus on how am I actually going to ride the wave? What is it that I'm really good at right now that I could showcase and start attracting these opportunities? And this is one of the reasons why we're opening up another LinkedIn challenge through Her Money School, is through that, so that you can ride that wave instead of caving into the fear. And quite frankly, it could possibly be that this is the biggest wave you've ever ridden. Listen, as someone who has been part of two, let's call them pretty big waves, right? The first one was the Great Recession, when I myself applied to 1,231 jobs and, sucked at this whole job market thing. Got laid off, couldn't find a job, and then said, you know what, I'm going to focus on what I can control. I'm going to focus on who I am, what I want to do, instead of how to share my resume with more people. And I went on to land not only one, but two dream jobs. One at the equivalent of the World Bank, but just for Latin America, managing people, projects, even IRS audits at a very young, like I was 19, something like that, managing projects and money in other countries. Heck, I would have never, ever envisioned that. Right. So that was the first big wave that I rode. And then the next one was actually fairly recently. Actually, when we started the first LinkedIn challenge right before the pandemic, I think we did the first one before the pandemic. Yeah. And I mean, it's been even 2 years, tens of thousands of women, hundreds of thousands of dollars in new programs and new products. And my career has just absolutely exploded because I also chose to ride that wave. I chose to focus on saying, you know what? These are crazy times. My coaching business, my salary coaching business could absolutely tank because not many people are hiring. Everybody's going back home. People are leaving the market. And I said, no, you know what? Women still want to make money. The workforce is changing. It's becoming more remote. And people are still looking to thrive amidst the chaos. And you know what? It just turns out that I'm really good at teaching women not only how to position themselves, but on how to do that on LinkedIn as well. And that brings us to this next wave. So you might see that a lot of people are kind of freaking out about, what if it is another recession? Well, you're going to find here at HMS, I'm pretty excited about it. Because I know that if you're watching this, it's the kind of situation that people are talking about. Who knows what happens or what doesn't happen, right? Is the kind of opportunity that doesn't come around that frequently. And I know that if you take advantage of it, if you say, yeah, you know what, I'm going to ride this wave, and I'm going to make it the biggest, most successful career move of my lifetime, I know that the biggest career move you've ever made awaits for you. It's ready for you to move up and step up for it. But it just requires you to make that decision to focus on the right thing. What are you going to choose to focus on? Are you going to choose to focus on this impending recession, the chaos, the job market, the war situation. And listen, I'm not saying that don't pretend like and nothing's happened, or that the world is not in chaos, or that things aren't affecting you and that you don't have empathy for anything but other than yourself. But here's the truth of the matter. I know that as a woman, that's never who you could be, because we are born empaths. We care too much about everyone else. All I'm just saying is, like, listen, let's heavy the weight on the branch. Like, let's slant things towards your favor a little bit, just a little bit. Just redo this. If you've done it with me before, come in and do the LinkedIn challenge again. It's part of your HMS experience. So you don't lose, if you will, anything by doing so. And in fact, you gain everything. You gain the advantage, the tactical, technical, and strategic advantage for your career. And that is going to put you ahead of the curve. That's going to put you as the winner when everybody else is losing, when everybody's focusing on what they can control, on not being able to control the job market or the stock market for that matter. You're going to be controlling what you can control, which is your career, how you position yourself, who you reach out to, and how you reach out to them. So with that, here's to focusing on you, on what you can control, and letting go of everybody else, because this is a time that is ushering in the biggest version of you that you envision, if you so choose to accept the great things that universe, God, whoever you believe is out there, has in store for you. So the real question is, are you ready to step up on deck? If so, I'll see you in the LinkedIn challenge.